3D Valentine's Day Teddy Bear with Heart-Shaped Balloons Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish.
Hi everyone! In today's video I am going to be showing you a really cute little 3D teddy bear who's holding onto some heart balloons for Valentine's Day. So this is very simple, very cute little teddy bear. If you guys like teddy bears for Valentine's Day, I did a couple years ago a different teddy bear that was holding a bouquet of roses that was really cute. That's one of my favorite nail designs, so I decided I would do something similar since I always go back to that one. I'm like, oh, that is so cute. So I hope you guys like this as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So I'm going to begin with an overlay of a light pink acrylic for my background color. Whatever color you decide to do for your background, just know that you probably shouldn't use the same color or same kind of color for one of your balloons. So just kind of bear that in mind. Bear it in mind. Get it? No, just me. Okay. But just in case, just add that and then encase it with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure that it is nice and strong. My pink, actually, my application was a little heavy-handed, so I didn't really need to do too much with the clear acrylic because I did build up the nail fairly well just with the pink, but I do like to add just a little bit over it just to make sure that it is going to stay nice and strong. But then go through and file it into shape with your e-file. So just take and get rid of any areas that are thicker. So I like to look, whenever I'm doing like even a client's nails, I like to look at them from the tip of the nail going back, because I think that really tells you a lot about where the thick areas are. And from the side. So I always look like I'm investigating them, like I'm looking at them from all angles, and doing that really does make a huge difference in your shaping. So after you have that, I just went through with a buffer bit and I went through and smoothed it. Now I'm going to start sculpting my little teddy bear, and you can, obviously there are so many different colors of teddy bears, and I went back to my original color combination that I used a couple years ago because I thought that that color combination, everything about that little teddy bear was just so adorable. It's one of those nails that, you know, you just, even like some of my paintings, I just go back, I'm like, oh, I really like that one. So that was a nail that I always just look at. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. So I use the same color combination. So I started out with a warm gold color for the base of my bear. And I have a nice round head, a little body, and little arms and legs. That's another thing that I think is just so cute, is when little cartoons have a huge head and then a tiny body. I think it's adorable. So add his body, his legs, and I also made his legs a little bit bigger, so it looks like he's just a little bit adorably misproportioned. Add his little legs, add his arms. So one arm is going to be down by his side, like you would normally see for a cartoon teddy bear. And the other arm is going to be reaching up so he can hold onto the strings of the balloons. Just like that. Then after you have that, you're going to need to add the little ears of your teddy bear with tiny little bits of that same warm gold color acrylic. And I made his head like it's tilting to the side. And then with Cover Pink, I'm going to be adding his nose and mouth area, his little snout, just with a nice little circle just like that. And I'm going to be adding little spots on the bottom of his lower feet or his back feet, and then a little patch of it on his tummy just to kind of brighten it up and add a little bit of a highlight on there. Just like so. So nice, light, bright, cute little teddy bear. And then you're going to need to add his nose with just a touch of black. At first I made it, I was like, well, I think that's a little bit too small, so I added a little bit more black acrylic to it. Just like that, a little tiny, with that size of an acrylic spot that you need, it does not take much, so just barely dip your brush and then you'll have it. So now I'm going to be doing my balloons. So I started out with one that is white, and then so I ended up doing one white, one that's like a burgundy or a berry color, and then a real, like a true red color. So just sculpt your little hearts. So there's the first one. And then I'm going to sculpt my second one, which is going to be that berry color, which is one of my absolute favorite colors of color acrylic that I own. It's just so, I don't know, it's so pretty. So there's the second one. Just keep a little bit of a gap between those two, but then for the third one, you're going to want to sculpt it on top of them. So it looks like they, you know, usually when you have balloons, they kind of all gather together because of the way the strings are being held. So you want that to be the same thing. So make your last red balloon on top of those other two. And kind of make it so that the points of all of your hearts sort of point towards the same direction. So they all go towards that hand, like he's, you know, he's pulling them. So you have to kind of imagine those strings pulling those balloons down towards his hand. So there's the red one, and I did them at slightly different angles, but I don't know, you get the drift. And then I'm going to take some black paint and I'm going to start by outlining my balloons, especially that red one, to kind of clean up the shape between the other two colors. You want to make sure that it's easy to see your balloons. So there's that, like so. Then go through and outline the other two. Adding these little outlines adds so much. And the other thing I did on my balloons, especially the red one, you don't see it on the white one at all, and not too much on the burgundy one, is that I added like that little outline of the little tie at the bottom of the balloon, so that after you blow it up, you can knot them so that they don't just let all the air out. Just like so. And then I'm going to add my strings going down towards the hand. Do this with as thin a line as you possibly can and make your 3 lines. Obviously they're very close together, so if you end up just with 2, that's okay. But add your little skinny lines and then go through and start outlining your bear. Around the sides of his face and different areas, you may want to use sort of like little soft lines, little wispy lines instead of a smooth line. That'll make him look a little bit more furry. Add a little line coming down from his nose for his lips, add his eyes and his eyebrows. And I made his eyebrows a little bit tilted up so that it almost looked like he was surprised that all of a sudden these balloons are taking off with him. I just think that, you know, fun little facial expressions, add outlines everywhere else. And the other thing I want to mention is I do have a very complimentary digital drawing that I'm uploading today on my art channel. So if you guys haven't seen my art channel or you think that'd be something you'd be interested in, definitely check that out. I will put a link to my art channel and that video in the description box below. Add little highlights on his eyes, a little bit of pink in his ears, and then with some white paint, diluted white paint, I also added highlights on the balloon. So just kind of brush those on and then sort of spread them out, blend them out a little bit. And then add some gel sealer over the background. Make sure that it looks nice and shiny. And I also painted that over the strings of my balloons just so that they wouldn't get washed off. Cure it and then apply some matte top coat over your balloons and over your teddy bear. And that's it. I hope you guys like this cute little guy as much as I do. Like I said, after I did this nail, I was like, oh, this is so cute. And then I had a little bit of free time on my hands, which never happens. So I decided to do a similar digital drawing that I think is adorable. So check that out too. Please share any recreations with me on Facebook or Instagram. I would love to see them. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.